talk about how nice their life is because they don't have the inconvenience of a husband and children. And these are young women who have been perpetually lied to. And I'm just telling you, if they do a follow-up at 50, they're not going to be happy. They're going to be working late. They're going to be lonely. They're going to have 7 cats.
Buddy, stop threatening me with a good time. Do you know how much people pay an hour to go sit in a cat cafe? I keep seeing this video about this preacher from this super misogynistic church, which I know that automatically goes together most of the time, doesn't it? And I don't get this threat of, well, women will be alone at 50 with their cats. Like, is that bad? Oh my gosh, a being that asks very little from us and gives us plenty of unconditional love and affection. Oh, what a terrible future. As opposed to having children who are a huge drain on your mental and financial resources and who, let's be honest, make everything that you're trying to do miserable for a very long time, especially if you're the mother, because, like they say, you're expected to work like you don't have a kid and have a kid like you don't have a job. When there's a problem at the school, you know who they call? They don't call the dad unless mom doesn't answer. I had the school call me 4 times in a row, back to back to back to back, while I'm in a doctor's appointment. Didn't even cross their minds to try and call his father, all because he was having a bad day at school and they wanted me to come get him. And I'm like, I can't. I'm an hour and a half away. He needs to get on the bus and go home. Like, I can't. He has somebody waiting for him to get him off the bus. I cannot be there in the 10 minutes before you close. Like, no. You know how many times my plans have been messed up because of my cats? None. Never. And let me also tell you, I have been married. I've been married twice. My first husband liked to do some super violent things. My second husband would also get violent sometimes, but he was a lot more psychologically sneaky. Like, he would always tell me that I'm lazy, that I'm not doing anything, no matter how much housework I did. And meanwhile, he never stopped to think that, hey, you know, she's doing the laundry. If I want my stuff folded in some very particular way, maybe I should handle the folding. But no, he would instead come to me and yell at me that I didn't hang up his shirts in color matching hangers, that I didn't fold his underwear according to his standards before I put them away. And I got to the point where I was like, fine, F it, you do the laundry then. And you know what he started doing? He started disappearing into the basement where the washer and dryer are for hours and hours and hours at a time, and yet very little laundry would ever get finished because what he was really doing was getting on dating sites and cheating on me while he was down there, because that was my punishment for making him accountable for some of the housework. And now that he lives alone, even though when he lived with me, everything was supposed to be getting cleaned up all the time or he was angry, it is a pigsty. And I don't think he even acknowledges to this day that he will eat off plates, make them filthy, or, you know, cook with 30 different plates, pots, pans, all that stuff, and leave it next to the sink, not even let it soak in the sink, so that they're harder to clean. He leaves his clothes wherever he takes them off, which is anywhere in the house. He will not pick up food. He will not take away cereal boxes or wrappers. He collects water bottles next to the bed that he drinks and just tosses over the side. He was literally making more work for me than our toddler child. And he didn't care. He was entitled to force me to be his mommy. Or at least that's what he thought in his mind. And he was entitled to cheat. He was entitled to do whatever he wanted to me. And I was just supposed to put up with it and smile because that's what a good mommy does. That kind of control of I need everything in the house done a certain way, but I don't do it myself is abuse. 110,000%. Do not let anybody gaslight you into thinking otherwise. You know what else a cat has never done to me? A cat has never started screaming in my face and flipping his belt buckle this far from my eyeballs because I was mad and didn't want to talk to him because he was being a jerk. Cat has never done that to me. Cat has never punched the wall right next to my eardrum and screamed and threatened me. So don't get married, get cats. Cats aren't going to hurt you. Men are.